Hi, good morning. It is Wednesday, the 18th. I am popping on live. I am popping on Facebook Live every day this week in the morning, probably next week too, just because things are kind of crazy. And I think when things are crazy, we need to come together more and connect more than when things are normal. And this is my way of showing up and doing that. And I first want to say I am wearing this super crazy shirt because it is crazy time. So now I get to wear my crazy shirt as well. So first off, I'm going to ask every day, did you shower? Did you shower? Did you get dressed? Are you prepped for the day ahead? Because that is one thing that's going to help keep you sane. So stay sane and shower. But the bigger picture of what I really want to talk about is how do you keep showing up and why it's so important to keep showing up. So if you're watching, say hi in the comments. Let me know, did you shower? But really, what I want to say, whether you own a business or whether you are a leader in your community, for my friends that own businesses, now it's more important than ever for you to show up for your customers, for your business, and for yourself. And when you opened a business, you signed up and agreed to be a leader. And that's what owning a business is. It is being leadership. This light is driving me kind of crazy. Okay. Anyways, so you've got to show up and lead, and you have to show up and lead when things are hard and when things are crazy and when there's a lot of uncertainty. And that time is now. And when there's uncertainty, we oftentimes want to go internal. We want to figure it out on our own. We want to, kind of pull back, rest, take a pause. And while all of those things can be really, really valuable, what the community needs right now, what the world needs right now, is leaders and people that show up and are still operating, that are still connecting, that are still doing their thing in different ways. And you might have to change the way you show up, but you need to keep showing up. And that is what I'm going to be talking about on these lives. And the reason I'm broadcasting them also to my personal page is because I think it's so important that everyone hears this message, that when you show up, that's how we're going to get through this. We're going to get through it through every business showing up for themselves, for their community, for their business. So today I really want to talk about first how to show up for yourselves and some tools and resources for that, how I'm showing up for myself, mostly from a health and wellness standpoint. But I don't want to lose sight of the fact that you showing up is going to make a difference in the outcome of this situation, whether that it's in 2 weeks from now, whether it's in 2 months from now, whether it's in 18 months from now, nobody knows. Now is the time to show up. Now is the time to figure out, how do you want to be of service? How can you serve? How can you connect more deeply with your customers, with your clients, with your prospects? And I'm going to talk more about kind of how to pivot, how to sell in challenging times. I'm doing a free training today at 4. I'll put the link in there specifically around how to sell in challenging times, if you should be selling, if you are selling, how to do it in a way that's sensitive to the environment that we're in. But for everyone, even if you're not selling, you need to keep showing up in whatever way that looks for. You need to get up in the morning, you need to shower, you need to get dressed, and you need to think, what do I want to create? And when this is over, how do I want my life to look? How do I want my business to look? And what are the things I can do today to make that happen? Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. How can I do that today? And do it. And just do one thing every day to show up. My friend Tressa from Red Mountain Trails. She's doing an awesome challenge of showing up in 2 ways for the community, 2 ways for her business, and 1 way in terms of self-care every day. And she has a challenge group for that. I'll post that. But that's the type of leadership we need. And when you stop and you pull back and you disengage, that adds to the fear. And a lot of people are scared. They don't want to, be opportunistic or feel like they're taking advantage of a situation. So they're really pulling back on their business. But the reality is, we need businesses to thrive during this time. And that means your business too. And if everyone stops operating, the economy shuts down. Small businesses are the lifeblood of this community. And so if you have a service that you can still offer, or a product that you can still offer, or you can pivot in a way that you offer your product or service, it is critical that you do that right now. It is more important than it has ever been for you to show up in your business right now, today. And so that's my soapbox. And I want to dive into some tools that you can use to show up for yourself. So I'm talking specifically from a health and wellness standpoint. I'm going to tell you the tools that I'm using. The gym's closed, but you know what's not closed, right? Is the outdoors, your home. It doesn't mean you can't move. It doesn't mean you can't connect. So here's what my plan is. So Orangetheory, they are releasing a workout every day that you can watch online. It's available on their website. If you just go and click where they have their COVID updates, it'll link you to a daily workout. It's open to everyone. You don't even have to be a member. So my goal is to do 3 Orangetheory workouts a week. Same goal that I had before this. Didn't always hit the goal, but that was my goal. So I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to be using 100% that Orangetheory daily workout. I'm doing that today. Now, I really like connection and seeing people and working out with people. That motivates me. So how can I do that when we're in this social distancing scenario? What I'm going to do is I'm going to invite friends to hop onto my Zoom account and stream the workouts on my computer and share my screen and do them with me. So we can kind of talk about the work out together and watch the workout at the same time. So that's a cool way to just use technology to get that social interaction during your workout too. So Orangetheory. I also love the Peloton app. I know Peloton's kind of controversial, but they've got an app. You don't have to have the bike. You don't have to have a treadmill. You can just download the app. It's pretty cheap, and they have amazing, what I use it for is guided, coached outdoor runs. So it's fantastic for that, where I'm just feeling like I don't want to just kind of run on my own. They have walk runs, they have walks, they have hard runs, different intervals, different distances, and the coaches are awesome, and it makes such a big difference in my run. So that is one resource that I'm using, is the Peloton app. Something I was using before, I'm just going to keep using it. So my goal is 3 Orangetheory workouts and 3 runs. And the other thing that I'm doing is I'm right now, what's happening in my head is I'm like, am I doing this? I was thinking about doing this half marathon and training for it. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it, but I never signed up for it yet, but I think I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. That's my decision. I'm doing it. I'm going to do the half marathon. It might not be what I thought it was going to be. It might, I don't know. But on Audible, they actually have, you can download some audiobooks. I'm trying to find what it's called here, that have running programs. So if you want to train for a marathon and you want to coach and you want a group, but you're not doing that because of social distancing, you can still have a similar experience where you have someone guiding you. This is Half Marathon Training Part 1. I don't know if you can see that at all, but it's awesome. And they go through your runs for the week. They guide you through it. And during the entire run, they're guiding you and there's music in the background. So that's a tool that I'm using. I really have been wanting to do more yoga. Yoga is really important to me. I feel so much better when I do yoga. And so for me, what I'm using for yoga, it's an app called Gaia, Gaia. They've got amazing yoga videos that you can stream. I think it's $10 a month, but there's also tons of free YouTube videos. So we've got a great yoga community in Bend and in the Tri-Cities. So reach out to some of your teachers and some of your studios and see what they're offering in terms of streaming live classes. This is the way you can still create those connections. So for me, like, just to recap, the things that I'm using to keep my fitness and keep showing up for myself, that I'm like, when this is over, I'm going to be in better shape than when it began. That's my commitment to myself. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use these tools and technologies. And not only that, not only am I going to, I feel like I just touched my face on the screen and now I'm like, oh my God, I gotta wash my hands. Okay. Anyway, I haven't left my house though yet today. So I'm going to, my goal for myself is that I'm going to be in better shape when this is over. My business is going to be stronger. My foundations for my business are going to be stronger. My connections with my friends and my customers and my potential customers are going to be stronger. That this is where I'm going to work really hard and show up more and show up bigger and show up with more intentionality, because it's easy to get sucked into fear and from fear isolation, and to just say, it's tempting. I want to sit on the couch all day and watch movies, but you know what? That's not what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to show up for my business. And when I do that, my mind feels more engaged and I have more to offer the community and I can continue to show up. This is probably going to be a bit of a haul. We're going to have to hunker down. And the things that you're doing today and tomorrow, not just for your community in terms of staying home, but the ways that you're showing up for yourself, for your business, for others, it is going to have an impact on what your life looks like when this is over. And you get to shape that. You are not in a situation where you just have to sit at home and not do anything. Yes, you might be at home, but there is still so much that you can do. And I want you to ask yourself, how are you going to come out of this stronger? How are you going to come out of this stronger for yourself? I shared some of my tools today, some of my commitments. And I want you guys to hold me accountable. Ask me, did you do your Orangetheory workouts this week? Did you do your Peloton or your half marathon training runs? Did you do some yoga, right? These are the things. And I can still do all of these things. The way I do them might look different, but I can still do them. I can still do them with others. I can still connect. Technology is a beautiful thing. And now, like, we are so blessed that this is happening when it's happening from the standpoint of being able to use technology to stay connected. The other thing I want to say in this is that if you're watching this, if you're on Facebook and you have a computer and you have Wi-Fi at home, you're probably in a position of privilege that not everyone has. Not everybody has Wi-Fi. Not everyone has technology, access to technology. So be mindful of that and see if you can reach out to people to either, get someone internet that might not be able to afford it, or how can we support our community and the people that are going to be impacted the most on this. We've got to show up for each other. We've got to show up for ourselves. We've got to show up for our businesses. So just share in the comments, how are you going to show up for yourself? What are your goals? How are you going to come out of this stronger for yourself physically? What does that look like for you? Share that in the comments. And I'm going to be back on tomorrow talking about how we can show up for our customers during this time in better ways than we ever have before, in more meaningful ways than we ever have before. And then if you own a business that is still operating, that still has the capacity to serve your customers, but you're struggling with, how do we have conversations? Should I be selling? How do I have those sales conversations right now? Tune in to the free training tonight at 4. I'm going to put the link in here. Show up for that. And we're going to be having that conversation, going deep into that topic. So I will see you soon. Keep showing up. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.